Let me acknowledge the presence of the Right Honorable Robina Nambanja, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, Honorable Frank Tumwebezi, Minister of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fishery of the Republic of Uganda, and the Chair of the African Union Specialized Technical Committee on Agriculture, Rural Development, Water and Environment, members of the Bureau of the STC on RB, Excellency Minister Girma Adjante, Minister of Agriculture of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, esteemed Ministers of Agriculture of the African Union member state, the representative of the REX, the Secretary of the African Union Commission, the Legal Counsel of the African Union Commission, honorable delegates and other esteemed guests, Excellencies Ambassador accredited to African Union, our development partners, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol duly observed. It is an honor and privilege to welcome you all to this important summit. Feel gratitude to the government and the people of Uganda for their warm hospitality and for hosting us in this vibrant and beautiful Munyonyo Commonwealth Resorts. I am eternally grateful to His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, for agreeing to host this summit when we met with him last year. His generosity and commitment to advancing Africa's agri-food system are deeply appreciated. I am grateful to His Excellency Abiy Ahmed, Prime Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, who is the Caadp champion, and His Excellency Girma Adjante, Minister of Agriculture of Ethiopia, for steering the Caadp process. I also want to recognize the exceptional leadership of my boss, His Excellency Musa Faki Mohammed, the Chairperson of the African Union Commission, whose vision and dedication continue to guide our collective efforts. Furthermore, I would like to acknowledge the invaluable contribution of the African Union Specialized Technical Committee, particularly its chair, is Honorable Frank Tumwebezi, whose guidance has been instrumental in shaping the objective of this summit, as well as my staff led by Dr. Godfrey Baigwa and the coordinator of the post-Malabo process, Dr. Abi Diop, who worked hardly with all the major stakeholders, including academia, 2063 policy link, to ensure that the two documents before us, the new 10-year Caadp strategy and the action plan 2026-2035 and the Kampala declarations, are inclusive and fit for purpose. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to provide you with some brief context on how we reached to this point. In February 2024, the African Union Commission presented the fourth Caadp biannual review report to African head of state and government during the 37th ordinary session of the African Union Assembly. They noted with concern that no single country was on track to meet the Malabo Caadp goals and the targets by 2025 to end hunger. As such, they directed the African Union Commission and the African Union Development Agency, NEPAD, working with partners to develop the post-Malabo Caadp agenda that will respond to the challenges and opportunity facing Africa's agri-food system. In response to the directive of the head of state and government, the African Union has led the development of a new 10-year Caadp strategy and action plan 2026-2035, whose vision is to build a resilient and sustainable agri-food system for a healthy and prosperous Africa, in line with the aspiration of our Agenda 2063. The design and preparation of the Kampala Caadp process have resulted from a remarkable collaboration among a broad spectrum of stakeholders: regional economic community, the REX, technical working group, experts and researchers from the centers of excellence, farmers organization, development partners, parliamentarian, private sector group, youth group, and women in agriculture have all played an essential role in shaping this process. Their collective contribution have ensured that the approach is inclusive, representative, and grounded in the reality of those most affected by agri-food system. The active involvement of these diverse groups have enriched the dialogue and helped tailor the Caadp framework to the specific needs and aspirations of all Africans, from rural farmers to urban consumers. This inclusive dialogue has strengthened our collective resolve and ensured that outcome of this summit will truly reflect the aspiration and priority of the continent. In addition to this valuable contribution, technical and development partners have provided indispensable expertise and financial resource, which I thank you for all your support during my tenure. The support has been critical in ensuring that our process is not only comprehensive, but also feasible and impactful. By pooling our resources and knowledge, we have developed a robust and actionable framework to guide Africa's agricultural system, Africa's agri-food system transformation in the years ahead. Under the leadership of His Honorable Frank, Uganda's Minister of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fishery, and the Chair of the STC on Agriculture, Rural Development, Water and Environment, the Caadp Strategy and Action Plan, and the draft Kampala Declaration, Kampala Caadp Declaration, were endorsed on October 25, 2024, in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. The two documents were then circulated by the Office of the Secretary to the Commission to all the member states in all the 6 African Union working languages. Overall, the 10-year Caadp Strategy and Action Plan aims to boost food production, expand value addition, boost intra-African trade, create millions of jobs for our youth and the women, build inclusive agri-food value chain, and build resilient and sustainable agri-food system that will withstand shocks and stressors now and in the future. Furthermore, we are dedicated to strengthening governance and evidence-based decision-making and enhancing accountability among all stakeholders. Inclusivity is a fundamental aspect of our approach. We will ensure that women and youth and marginalized groups have access to resources, thereby facilitating their equitable participation in the agri-food sector. The outcome of the summit will be the adoption of the draft Caadp Strategy and Action Plan 2026-2035 and the draft Kampala Caadp Declaration. The summit will make landmark decisions that will shape Africa's agri-food system transformation for the next decade. In conclusion, this summit and the Kampala Declaration that will emanate from represent a critical turning point of our collective effort to transform Africa's agricultural system. It is a testament of our shared commitment to food sovereignty and a prosperous food security in Africa. As we move forward, I am filled with optimism that through our collective effort, we will realize the ambitious goal we have set for the next decade. I invite all the participants to actively engage in the discussion, share their insights, and contribute to the success of this summit. Together, we can ensure that the outcome will have a lasting and a positive impact on our continent, because we all know that our statistics, when the report comes, we are always a continent of food insecure. Let's change the narrative. The time is now. Let's feed Africa. Let all the cities in Africa have access to a nutritious food and affordable food. I am inviting all the participants to actively engage in the discussion, share their insights, and contribute to the success of this summit. Finally, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all the member states of the African Union Commission and the regional economic community for their continued support and collaboration throughout this process. It has truly been an incredible journey, and I am deeply appreciative of the trust placed in me to lead the Caadp for two consecutive terms, for 8 years. I am at the end of my term, and I thank all partners, everybody that brought their support during my 8 years tenure in the African Union as a commissioner of the Department of Agriculture, Rural Development, Blue Economy, and Sustainable Environment. Our unwavering commitment to advancing Africa's agri-food system is inspiring, and it is through our collective effort that we will achieve the transformative change we see. I wish you all a happy new year filled with health, happiness, and success. I thank you for your kind attention. Muito obrigado pela vossa atenção. Merci beaucoup pour votre attention. Muchas gracias pela sua atenção. Shukran. Asante sana.